Hey, my name is Thomas, and this movie is gonna be about my life in 2008. So, first of all, I'd like to explain what that whole joke thingy was about, cause obviously it doesn't look like that where I live at all. Well, every year for one weekend, this medieval festival takes place in Falkirk, the city I live in. Those people travel together from city to city and put up their medieval houses and all the other stuff, and stay for a few days. This festival is a lot of fun since there's so much cool stuff to watch and buy. Especially the food there is delicious. Currently, my family consists of 5 people. There's my 46-year-old mother, Andrea, her 45-year-old boyfriend, Dietmar, his 13-year-old daughter, Katharina, and my 14-year-old brother, Martin. My mother and Dietmar have been together for quite a while, and I can tell you, he's a very cool guy to live with, even though some people are cranky most of the time. We all live in an apartment fairly close to the city center, but I didn't always live there. I was born in a totally different part of the country, but then, when my father died in 1997, I was 5 at the time, my mother decided to move back to her parents. After living with them for a few years, we got an apartment in 1999, which can be reached by these stairs here. It's on a hill and has a gorgeous view. My mom's boyfriend is a fabulous cook, including this delicious salad you can see right now. He has just one daughter, but that's really hard to believe since he's so great with kids. My mom's a really down-to-earth kind of woman. She's a hard worker and has great social skills. She's been a fairly fantastic mother so far. No, I'm just kidding. And I think she's raised me really well. Well, and me? I'm just me. I guess a water freak, but that's all you need to know. All in all, just a crazy 16-year-old wannabe man. My brother loves any kind of fast food, even if that means he has to make it for himself. He really hates that. He also loves cartoons. But all in all, he's a cool brother to have. Now, I'd like to show you the apartment a bit closer. This is obviously my room since it's messy most of the time. I know, the room is kinda small, but it looks actually a lot bigger once you're in it. I'm now just gonna show you the rest of the apartment, but let me tell you more interesting stuff about it. As I already said, the apartment has a great location cause you can basically walk anywhere in the city. We moved there right after its completion, so it's very new and modern looking. A lot of our neighbors are great people, very warm and so. In general, there's a good diversity of different people, and also different ages. Some families with kids, and some older couples. The bad things are that the apartment isn't really big, and it's pretty loud when you stand on the balcony, and if you're used to total quietness. I think that our living room is definitely the best part of the entire apartment. It's one big room combined with a kitchen, which makes it a great place for the family to hang out. The entire front is covered with windows, so I can enjoy the fantastic view I mentioned earlier when I, for example, have breakfast. So, now I'd like you to just sit back and enjoy this incredible view. After seeing this amazing view, I'd like to talk about my grandparents. A few years ago, my grandmother's medical condition got worse rapidly, and my mother had to take care of her for some time. My granddad couldn't do it because he can barely look after himself. So, after a stressful and hard year, my grandmother moved into this retirement home, and unlike many other people there, she's the only one who gets daily visits by my mother, who is nearly considered to be part of the place because she's there all the time. I visit my grandparents about once a week, right after school, because it's conveniently on my way home. When I'm there, I just enjoy talking to them and watch them eat. It's time for me to relax. A lot of teenagers can't stand older people, but I always liked my grandparents a lot, and I'm willing to spend time with them. Well, in case you were wondering what's going on right now, let me tell you. Every once in a while, we, as a family, go on trips in the local area. That day, we decided to drive to a valley called Großes Walsertal. It's a really neat place for any outside activities. We just went hiking. As you can see, it's really beautiful there. One thing real fast. Dietmar's daughter, Katharina, does not live with us all the time, but fortunately that day she could cheer everybody up with her always happy and always positive character. And now comes the part every student was looking forward to. School. My school is located very close to my home. It takes me approximately 10 minutes to get there. I've also gone there since 5th grade, so in 2008, it's been 6 years. So, now let me tell you more about an Austrian school. Unlike many schools in the United States, every day of the week, I have a different set of classes. I call that type of schedule a weekly-based schedule, which means that every Monday is the same every Tuesday, and so on. It's a weekly routine. Furthermore, this schedule allows students to have more classes. Last year, for example, I had 13. Out of those 13, 5 are called main subjects. Mine were math and all 4 languages I took, which were German, English, French, and Latin. The word main indicates that students have to take special and harder tests in order to pass the class. Another big difference is that during the 5-minute break between classes, teachers walk from one room to the other, not the students. We just use the time to talk and obviously do silly things. Eric's just getting one of those big tests back.
Eine Übersetzungsteil gegeben, der punktemäßig, falsch, eine Schularbeit gegeben, die punktemäßig.
You just saw the lecturing style of teaching, which is very common among my teachers. In-class activities do occur, but not so often.